Hello. In this lesson, we're going to extract this code out of the main function. I make this last value const, and then I add a new file called gofwmonitor. We will start with the usual pragma ones, and we add our namespace. I will start by adding a function that returns a span of gofwmonitors. We will forward declare a gofwmonitor struct. When forward declaring types, you need to make sure they match. The gofwmonitor is a struct and not a class, and that is an important distinction. You can also only forward declare a type if you're only using it as a pointer or a reference for signature or members. So let's get back to naming this function. I will call it getMonitors, and then we need to have an implementation file with the same name as the header. We started out by including the gofwmonitor header and writing out the namespace. I will then copy this signature and paste it inside. I will not reinvent the wheel, so I go to the main file to copy the code that we wrote in the last lesson. But here we will return the span instead of having a variable of it. Now we need to replace this in the main file. So we can include our new header, remove these two lines, and make the monitors variable equal the result of our new function. Now we still have a few functions so that we cut down the code from main. So I go to the header file and I add getMonitorPosition, getMonitorWorkAreaSize. I copy the signatures and paste them in the implementation file. Now the monitor position and monitor work area functions will actually need a monitor pointer to be passed in. So I also add that to the signatures of both functions. And I copy the signatures again. Now going to the main, I can copy the implementation for getting the monitor position. And I paste it here in the new body. We need to return the position variable. I also take the second implementation for the work area and paste it in the new body for getting the work area size. Again, we return the area size. Now for this to work, we will actually need the GOFW header. And lastly, here in the header, we want to add a function called moveWindowToMonitor. To achieve this, we need to also forward declare the window struct, since we will be having the window in the signature too. I copy that and paste it in the CPP file. And I take the implementation from main. Now in this implementation, we are going to replace the variables with calls to the newly created functions in this file. We pass the monitor to the function too. So we have this implementation and this header file. I copy the function name and go back to the main file. Here we will call this function instead now, passing the window and second monitor. And I'm going to have the condition of having at least two monitors before moving the window. Move this monitor's collection lower, and finally take this window size since it's needed in the move monitor function. Here I had some issue, so IntelliSense finally kicked in. So I correct the include at the top to include GOFW3. And here we need to pass the monitor parameter. The move window to monitor function shouldn't return any result as well. And we need to correct that in the header file. Now I can build and run the project. The window still shows in the correct monitor for me. The main function does look a lot simpler though.